I messed up today. All right, guys. Coin short did not go according to plan. Can't win them all. Check this out. I'm down right now about $2,000 on coin. It started off really good because I carried over a position from yesterday. A lot of you guys, or if you watched my videos yesterday, you would have seen that. I took a short starting from yesterday. It sold off. I covered it. I jumped back in, just went in at a horrible, horrible price. Now we're pretty much just consolidating here. So I'm getting ready for my next short. But the thing that I really wanted to focus on is with something like coin, right? Especially for the past few weeks, like NASDAQ market, we've talked about it. It's a great example. And what I want to remind you is that just like we've spoken about the NASDAQ market, it has its sessions where it's extremely bullish and there's just no other reason to like trade against it. Then it has its sessions where it's extremely bearish and therefore your edge has to change and there's no reason to trade against it. The same thing with coin. Coin is an overhyped up stock, and when it was very bullish, there's no reason to go against it. But when it became very overbought and it was due for a pullback, when it sold off about 23% from highs to its previous lows. That's an amazing return, right? You guys saw that I was having $61,000 days, $40,000 days, $30,000 days. And I have felt that at least for the past 2 days, I haven't been making as much. And this is kind of like me realizing, and this is what I talked about during my live trading session today with the LPP team, is this is me realizing that, again, I'm pretty much almost just like forcing these trades to happen when conditions are changing. And that's what this video is about, is that, I mean, there's a handful of economic reports that were released today with non-farm payrolls coming at 216K versus the expectation of 162. Unemployment rate came in at 3.7% versus the expectation of 3.8%. Yeah, those were determining factors on how the markets ended up, turning on us from pre-market to normal trading hours. But at the end of the day, I think the big picture lesson that I'm learning right now is that just because we've done so well in the past before or with previous trades, approaching a specific stock a specific way doesn't mean that that's always going to have to continue to happen, especially with riskier stocks, right? If you're trading something like Apple or you're investing in something like Tesla or Amazon, I mean, those are a little bit slower moving stocks. With something like coin, especially as it sold off already 23%, I have to accept when that sell-off is done. It's now beginning to show signs of a support. It could potentially begin to recover back to previous highs. And I definitely don't want to get caught shorting while it's recovering, right? And the best way to do that is to respect it and to understand that, okay, its session of selling off is possibly over. And if it's not an active sell-off, then maybe I just should respect that and shouldn't be shorting it. And that's one of my takeaways from today, especially with the NASDAQ market being so incredibly bullish. And same thing with coin. Coin is holding above EMA, it's holding above the moving average, and there's just no reason to overcomplicate it. So I'm gonna keep today's video short and sweet. Didn't perform the best today with coin, down about $300 to $3,500 on that. You can't win them all, but again, I would do that time and time again, where our goal is to keep those losses small. And when we win, if my wins and losses were always like this, I mean, sign me up, right? $60,000 wins, $40,000 wins, $30,000 wins, and then 3 to 4K losses all day. I can tolerate that. But the quicker that we realize when we're in the wrong and when direction is ultimately changing, therefore the edge is changing for the market, the quicker that we can cut these losses and keep them as small as possible to move on for the next trade opportunity. So in 2024, again, let's make sure that we focus on not being perfect, as that's never going to be a possible outcome to reach, but the idea of working on just getting a little bit better than what we were last time. So focusing on progress. If you guys have any questions about some of the problems that you're encountering, feel free to direct message me via Discord, and that's the first link in the description down below. And don't forget, I do trade live every morning. You get to see my good trades, you get to see my bad trades, and that's the second link in the description down below if you want to tune on in. Appreciate your time, like always. Let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.